Hiya, this is AV. Thanks for being with me. This is another video in the 31 Days of Tarot, and this is about reversals. So the question is, do I read reversals, and why or why not? I do read reversals most of the time, sometimes. And the reason is, I think I always wanted to, just because of that kind of basic thing that there's more, like it's like doubling the number of cards in the deck, and in a way I think it makes it easier for me because every card can have so many meanings, but it just kind of gives more meanings that are literally based on the mechanics of like which card it is and whether it's reversed. But having said that, it depends on which deck I'm using. I think that I've got the Rider-Waite-Smith because I think it's a really good deck for this kind of thing. I think that's why it's like lasted and it's so good. And I wish that other decks were as easy to read reversals, let's say, maybe. So obviously I'm going to just turn these cards over just to give some examples. I think the reason I read reversals is because I've come to a way of doing it that I find relatively straightforward and comfortable and doesn't make things more confusing. And that was by finding clarity on what a reversal meant for me. So I think there's like three things. The first one is the visual thing, because I tend to read visually quite a lot. Like if there's a cup and there's something in it, then that thing might be coming out of it. Again, it relates to kind of the dynamics and the connections between the different cards in the reading that I think I was talking about on, what day was it? Oh, the one about symbolism. Imagery and symbolism of cards. Saying, oh my god, a lot. Anyway, I've done it again. In this deck, I feel like it's useful, obviously the colours. The colours are just like, it's a kind of limited colour palette, but the colours reoccur, so I can connect areas of colour and shapes to each other. So that's one way, the visual like way of reading. So yeah, this is kind of like, for me, this might be like hiding your light under a bushel kind of thing. It's kind of positivity, but there's something keeping it down. Like, to me, that's quite a simple thing to understand, like visually, because I can see that in the card. The other couple of ways that I read is, it ends up being kind of similar, but if I have an understanding of what the meaning is this way round, then this way round just means not. Like if you were making a sentence, not whatever I thought that it meant the other way round. So say I think, oh, this is a romantic person, it's a not romantic person. And the third way is, it's a kind of inward process. It's more psychological, or it's something that you're stuck on. I'd say another thing is, when I'm reading reversals, I often look at the card the right way up. So it's reversed the way I lay it, and then I look at it the right way up, and then I turn it round again. So that helps me to sort of go through the thought process. I don't necessarily look at the cards and think, that has a certain meaning reversed, apart from what I said about the colours and sort of graphics, almost the way they interact with each other. This is a classic card that you get, like, people always talk about with reversals. But I feel like some cards are have a more obvious meaning, like upside down, than others. So another thing I was going to say is, it depends on decks, because if it's a new deck, then sometimes I don't use reversals at first, that I'm getting to know. But also, these cards are actually not real tarot cards, as you might be able to tell, but they came with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because they're the same artist. But I feel like when the pictures are more busy, so I just use this as an illustration, but there's a lot of decks nowadays, I feel like they're more busy. And for me, I don't know, I just don't get so much when I reverse a card that's really busy, because I guess I can't see movement so clearly. It just feels more confusing. So sometimes with a deck like that, I wouldn't read it reversed. So that's my answer, and I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, sorry, it's getting wobbly. If you liked it, click like. I hope to see you again. I look forward to seeing other people's answers. I know that people deal with this in different ways. Oh, anyway. Bye for now.